and of course they can make keys. They cut glass for windows, plus Murphy's has monthly doorbuster specials. Check their Facebook page to see what's on sale. Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Save thousands over the life of your car loan with 0% financing on 2017 F-150s, plus $1,000 trade-in assistance at Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. No fake deals here. It's our summer savings event, and it won't last. Stop the search. Call Mike Birch.
0% with free credit detailer for details.
Good morning. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO-FM in Jessup 105.5 on your FM dial. Butch Hubbard here with you. Here we are on a Tuesday morning, 29th day of August. We do appreciate you waking up and tuning in with the Big Dog. Now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway. Also brought to you by Republic Services and by Murphy Builder Supply, located on Northeast Broad Street in Jessup. And good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm ready for college football, high school football, ready.
Yes, this is a big weekend. This is when most of the colleges begin their 2017 season, and hopefully everybody's gone by and got their free Big Dog Country and Fox Sports Radio football pocket schedules at all the different locations, and including here at the radio station. We are your voice for the Georgia Southern Eagles, as usual. And for Southeast Georgia, you can listen to the Eagles Fly High right here on 105.5 FM all season long. And the Eagles, they're not starting their 2017 season off with an easy game. They're going to be in the plains of Alabama there at Auburn, taking on the Tigers this coming Saturday. Jonathan, do we know the kickoff on that yet?
7:30.
7:30. Okay.
7:30 kickoff.
7:30. Georgia Southern Eagles taking on Auburn at Auburn, and we'll have that game for you right here on 105.5 FM. So tune in to Georgia Southern Eagle football all season long. That's a heck of a way to start. I guess Auburn decided to say we're going to try to start the season off with an easy team.
Georgia Southern said they wanted to check.
They wanted to check. We won't see us. Show us the money. That's what Georgia Southern is saying. Show us the money. So Auburn's going to be on the road this weekend. Georgia Southern's going to be on the road at Auburn this weekend, and then they'll host their first game the following Saturday, September 9th, taking on New Hampshire at 6 p.m. there at Paulson Stadium in Statesboro. So on the road this week, 7:30 kickoff. We'll start our coverage at 5:30 on Saturday afternoon with the pregame show, kickoff at 7:30, and then the following Saturday, Georgia Southern will be at home. And let's see here. Georgia Tech will begin their season this coming Saturday. No, not Saturday, Monday. Monday night football, taking on the Volunteers of Tennessee up at Neyland Stadium up there in Tennessee. So that ought to be a good.
Game's in Atlanta.
Oh, it's in Atlanta. I'm sorry, Bob. It just showed Tennessee as the home team, so I didn't know. So is that one of them special neutral site type of games?
No, game's in Atlanta.
That's what I mean. They're neutral site. Does it have like a name to it? Like, you always start off with a Chick-fil-A type thing. Is it something like that, or just decided to play in Atlanta, which would basically be a home game for Tech more than it would Tennessee? But they're saying that Tennessee is the home game, so they're home team. So they're going to be playing. They're going to be playing at the new Mercedes-Benz complex there, I guess.
I think that's where the game's at.
Yeah. They're playing at the new Mercedes-Benz complex. They had the very first game there this past Saturday as the Falcons played there in a preseason game. So Georgia Tech taking on Tennessee this coming Monday night there at the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium there in Atlanta. So tune in Monday night for Georgia Tech. And Georgia Bulldogs begin this weekend hosting Appalachian State. Is that a midday game or
6:15?
Oh, a late game. 6:15 night game. Okay. Well, Georgia and Bulldogs better watch out. App State has the reputation of going in and upsetting these big programs, don't they?
Yeah.
Just ask Michigan and other ones.
Kirby Smart talked about yesterday in his press conference, said they better be ready.
They better be ready.
Said Appalachian State's got a lot of good athletes, a lot of talent. So
they always seem to have that up there at App State. They're in Boone, North Carolina, out there in the middle of the boonies, no pun intended, up there. But they seem to get really good athletes up there at App State. And so Georgia Bulldogs playing this coming Saturday, as you mentioned, 6:15 kickoff up there in Athens. You going to try to make it to several of the games this year, Bob?
Oh, yeah. I'll be at several games.
You'll be at several games. Speaking of Georgia, we are your Georgia Tech affiliate, our AM station, our sister station, Fox Sports Radio, 1370 AM The Buzz is where you can pick up Georgia Tech football all season long, our AM station, AM 1370 The Buzz. And I've got a big old packet right here. Remember last year when we got all those Georgia Tech tickets in and you said no one would want to win them? Well, we had tons of folks call in last year and got them and went to the game and said they had a great time at it. And so this right here is my Georgia Tech tickets. That was my Jacksonville Jaguars right there. And not including that, no wonder we don't have any tickets to this week's game because it's in Atlanta. But the rest of the season, we've got tickets to every single home game that we're going to be giving away, including, Bob, the Georgia Tech game there in Atlanta that we'll be giving away. And so keep it tuned in right here on 105.5 FM for your chance to win Georgia Tech tickets all season long right here by listening to 105.5 FM. September 9th, they'll be taking on Jacksonville State and then Pittsburgh Panthers. These are the home games. North Carolina Tar Heels, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech Hokies, and the Georgia Bulldogs. And so Georgia Tech, a lot of tickets we're going to be giving away this season to Georgia Tech football games. So you can keep tuned in for a win. How come you don't get breakfast? How come you don't broadcast the Georgia games? Well, because we made a decision several years ago, I guess about a decade ago or longer, that we wanted to be the Georgia Southern Eagle station for Southeast Georgia. There was tons of stations around here carrying Georgia football, but no one was carrying the games for Georgia Southern, so we decided to be the Georgia Southern affiliate for Southeast Georgia. There's been more graduates from Southeast Georgia, from Georgia Southern, the last 20 years than any other college in the state of Georgia. And so there's a big fan base there, and so that's the reason why we did that. You can't carry both at the same time, so since so many stations carry Georgia, we decided to say, hey, let's be the Georgia Southern Eagle station for Southeast Georgia, and a lot of folks like that. But we do carry Georgia Tech and Georgia Southern, of course, the Wayne County Yellow Jackets, Atlanta Falcons, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I got a bunch of tickets right here, Bob, that we're going to be giving away this season to the Georgia Tech football games. Got a bunch of tickets right here that we're going to be giving away to the Jacksonville Jaguar games this season. There's really good seats along with club seat passes. And I've got tickets right here let me get the schedule out here, for the Atlanta Braves here toward the end of the season. I think the first tickets the giveaway will be for this coming Monday, September 4th, on Monday, Labor Day. So I've got some tickets I'll be giving away to that. I got several tickets to give away to next week's games there in Atlanta from the 4th all the way through the 10th. So we'll be giving away those games, tickets to those games to the Atlanta Braves there at the new SunTrust Park. So a bunch of tickets to give away, Bob. Bunch of tickets. And we'll also give away some Georgia Southern tickets this season also. So you keep it tuned in to 105.5 FM for your chance to win free tickets to football games, Georgia Tech, Georgia Southern, Jacksonville Jaguars, and then, of course, we'll give away some tickets later this week for next week's Braves games there in Atlanta, the new SunTrust Park. Well, you enjoyed the bobblehead I gave to you? Did you bobble them around a little bit, or did you keep it all closed up?
It's closed up right now.
Closed up. No, try to keep it closed up. Now, which player did I give you?
Dansby Swanson.
Now, isn't he from Kennesaw? Yeah, I think he's from Kennesaw, and had a chance to had the Atlanta Braves affiliates weekend, the radio affiliates weekend this past weekend. So the network brought us up there. We got to stay at the Marriott Northwest, right across the interstate there from the new SunTrust Park. Had a chance, went to the game on Saturday night. Had a chance to go on Sunday, but that's usually a travel back. Never have really stayed for the Sunday game, but we were able to get to the stadium about 3 hours before the first pitch, and they gave us a real good tour of the stadium, inside, outwards, forwards, and backwards, up and down, and that is a really nice facility, folks. When you get a chance to go to the Atlanta Braves game there at the new SunTrust Park. Now, they were talking about it's the only facility that the Braves have had that has actually been designed for baseball. The first one, of course, to use was the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, which they shared with the Atlanta Falcons. And just a round facility there, not really made for baseball. And then, of course, the second facility was Turner Field, which was a stadium that was designed for the Olympics. and then they had to kind of reconfigure it to make it a baseball field. But this one's got that baseball feel to it. It's smaller. It seats about 10,000 less than Turner Field did. It's closer to the field. You're right there at the action. And many of the things they had, like in the Braves Museum, where you had to pay at Turner Field to get in, it's free. They've got a great... What you want to do, folks, is when you go to SunTrust Park, you want to get there, if you possibly can, as early as you can when they first open the gates, and take a tour through that area. The memorabilia they have there, the displays they have set up there are just absolutely fantastic. You could spend a couple hours just taking a look at all the history of the Braves. And you know, they are the oldest franchise in baseball, the Braves. You know, they started off with the Boston, the Milwaukee, and it wasn't always the Braves. It was Boston this, Boston that, Boston this, and they finally ended up with the Braves. But they've got, it's a tremendous history there. You take a look at it, you just don't realize all the famous baseball players that have played for the Braves since the 1800s. So, folks, if you get a chance, and they got what they call the Battery around SunTrust Park, which is filled with restaurants and sports bars and condos and business offices. Comcast is getting ready to move into their new big building right there. So it's a lot more than just the baseball field. It's a great destination area to go to really enjoy it. And the sports bar right across from the gate that we went into SunTrust Park is called Live, and they had a chance to peek in there. They had more big televisions and that thing that you can shake a stick at to watch sports, and they were going to have the fight on Saturday night, and so it was going to be packed for that. But folks, whatever you do, get a chance to go to SunTrust Park. It's like, to me, it's like they found the highest hill near Marietta and put the baseball field there. We were on the 15th floor of the Marriott downhill from the stadium. And when we were up at the stadium, we were looking down at the Marriott. We were actually higher where the stadium was, just in the bottom of it, looking down at the Marriott. So when we walked, and it was uphill all the way to the SunTrust Park. But of course, it made it easy after the game because it was all downhill after that. There's 32,000 people there approximately on Saturday night. But it is a very nice facility, Bob. You need to try to get there, see a game. Of course, it's football season right now. It's kind of hard for you to get away, isn't it?
I doubt I'll see a game this year.
Yeah. But really nice facility, folks. If you get a chance to go see the SunTrust Park, try to get there early so you can walk around the Battery and see all the things they have built there, from hotels to business offices to sports bars to entertainment venues. It's just, it is really, really nice. The vision they had to create a destination point is coming true. And it's just a great baseball park. So we'll give away Braves tickets later this week to the Atlanta Braves baseball games in Atlanta next week. We got several of those in to give away, and we'll give away tickets to Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, next week we'll give away tickets to the first Georgia Tech home game right here on 105.5 FM. They had put us up in a suite, and of course, you know, I had different people come in, the general manager, and of course the announcers, Don Sutton. And I was talking with Don Sutton about it, and I asked him, you know, what was his, was he most optimistic about the Braves and pessimistic about the Braves? You know, what does he see as the good and the bad? And of course, he said the bad is the record right now. He said the good, though, is the young talent they have coming up through the farm program that should really develop over the next couple of years, and that's what he's excited about. And we both agreed that all that new multi-million-dollar facility doesn't mean anything unless they put a winning product out there on the field. It's always good to talk to Don. You know, he's a nice guy. He's up there every year at the radio affiliates, and him and all the other announcers and people involved with that. And just had a good time over there. They treated us real good. It was really nice. There, the radio affiliates get together at the Braves game this past Saturday. All right, let's see here. Wayne County taking on Valdosta this Friday night. I know you've got to be excited about that. Valdosta's got, you know, the history of the program there. We've had some upsets over them through the years, and it ought to be an exciting game there in Wildcat Country, right?
Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Should be fun. Always fun to go to Valdosta and watch a football game. 8 o'clock kickoff there.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, they said they only play their games at 8 o'clock. I don't remember that, but that's what they said last time.
Well, see, that's what it was for years and years and years, and then they decided because of the energy crunch that we should go to 7:30 to try to save on the lights a little bit, and so things got changed to 7:30. But for up until, what, about a decade ago or somewhere along there, 15 years ago, something, it was always at 8 o'clock was kickoff. But, so I guess Valdosta decided to stay with the 8 o'clock kickoff.
They said Valdosta stayed at 8 o'clock all these years, so.
Okay.
It's what it is, 8 o'clock.
It's what it is. Well, it's like graduation here at Wayne County. It was always 8 o'clock so long as I can remember, up to about, I don't know, about 15 years ago, and then it got changed to 7:30. So, 8 o'clock kickoff, and I think you mentioned the tickets are $10 each, right?
$10, yeah.
$10.
High class in Valdosta, I guess.
It's been a long time since I've been to that stadium over there. I wonder if they've done any improvements to it. You know, it was just a basic stadium, nothing really fancy about it. Last time that I went many years ago.
The goes to Valdosta.
Yeah, they talk about that.
They wear striped jerseys, so it'll be fun.
Oh, they do.
That's my experience. Every time we've gone down there and played them.
Okay. All righty. And let's see here. Remember, folks, we'll start with Georgia Tech broadcast coming on Monday night. Georgia Tech. It'll be interesting to see what kind of season they've got. They're going to have there where they're in their top running back out now from last year. He's out of there. He's a goner.
They dismissed him. Hadn't heard where he wound up. I don't know if he's on him. I'm sure people in Ware County know. I said he's from Ware County, very talented running back, but just can't seem to stay out of trouble. So his third violation at Georgia Tech, Coach Johnson said, sayonara. So
yeah, out of here.
He's out of there. So just a big blow to that offense, though. He said they're very talented running back, leading rusher last year. So they're looking for him to have 1,000 yards this year. So, but he's no longer there. Not sure where he landed. I'm sure he's at some school.
He's some junior college type program somewhere, smaller college.
Somewhere to play. But
and then he'll be back next year, probably in a bigger college.
Somebody jokes he could be at Auburn, so who knows? They take everybody. So.
Oh, Bob.
We'll wait and see.
Yes, sir. Reckon he's got a Cam Newton type of dad, huh?
Can't tell, you know. They took scams, so they'll take anybody. So. But anyway, Wayne County, Valdosta. Should be fun.
Okay.
Coach Jack said it'll be a good measuring stick for our team. Like I said, it'd be always fun. I mean, they're ranked 8th in 6A football. They won last week, 26-0. So
didn't they win the state championship last year?
State championship last year. Got a lot of kids back from that team. So it'll be a big test. It's always fun to go over there and line up against Valdosta.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Valdosta still have that reputation. Wayne County's know it very well from all the way back in the 60s and 70s. And just continue on. I'm glad that we've got them on our schedule. They came over here last year. Now we're going over there. And
sure played on that Saturday because it got rained out on Friday.
That's right. I remember that. Happened Saturday morning or midday, wasn't it?
It's like morning time. It was just brutally hot. But Wayne County played well. I think I recall correctly, it was scoreless after 3 quarters. And then they changed quarterbacks and they went on to tear.
Lights out after that.
So. But should be a good ball game this Friday night. I said, like Coach Cripps said, it'll be a good measuring stick for our team. So we're going to go over there and find a way to win, get to 2-0, and then get ready for the next game after that, which will be...
What, Wayne County?
Brunswick. New Brunswick Pirates coming in on September 8th.
Okay.
Then we go on a couple road trips to Appleton and Pierce, and then Glen Academy rolls in town on the 29th, and at South Effingham. I said, only going to put in the schedule. You got to love the schedule as far as travel. I mean, like I said, this will be the longest trip of the year to Valdosta, and then the other long trips to South Effingham. And I said, quick trips to Appleton and Pierce, and everything else is at home. So.
Don't you like that? The last 3 games of the season are at home. New Hampstead, then Ware County, and then Statesboro, all here at home, the last 3 games of the season.
That Ware County game will be for the region championship, so make sure you get your tickets for that game.
Okay.
That's how it will shape up. And it'll be Wayne and Ware, both undefeated in region playing for the region title on the 27th. So that'll be the date.
That'll be the date.
You don't have any tickets. If you're going to one game, that's the game you want to come to.
I'll get them now, get them soon. All right. All right. You heading to court today? Is everything on court?
Yeah, you got to go to court. I picked a jury yesterday. As I said, they're retrying that case. The Rogers case where the murder took place in Cateville.
Wasn't that just one juror last time that?
They don't know what it was.
They don't know what it was. I thought it was just one last time. He didn't.
I don't remember what
go for guilty.
I don't know if they ever said what the breakdown was.
Oh, okay.
It was just a hung jury last time, so they're trying it again. Starts today. Picked the jury yesterday.
Okay. So I guess they'll present the same type of evidence and examinations and cross-examinations they did last time, huh?
Sure, it'll be a replay of last
kind of replay,
time.
Huh?
It'll be new for the jurors. It'll be replay for them, so they haven't heard the case yet. So. But for those that were there last time, it'll be pretty much a replay of what's already been presented. I said the defendant took the stand in his own defense at the last trial, so we'll see if he takes the stand in his own defense this time around. So it could be a different strategy for the defense. And I said I've seen these cases tried over and over. So, sometimes the stories change.
Remember back in the mid-'90s, we had one that was tried 3 times, and each time with a hung jury. And even if you added up all the guilty votes from all 3 of the jurors, there still wasn't on 11. Still didn't add up to 11. So
12. It had 12.
12. Yeah, 12. Still didn't add up to 12. So you just never can tell about these things.
Never can tell about a jury. I say it all the time. It's a crapshoot when I go back there behind closed doors. Just
you think you know what's going to happen, but a lot of times you don't.
Over the years, you can't predict what a jury's going to do, especially since the OJ case. It's gotten very unpredictable since then.
Yeah, now, he gets out in October, doesn't he?
He gets out pretty soon.
Yeah, gets out from that incident there in Vegas.
Supposed to be at the Florida.
Florida, okay. Still going to hunt for the murders of his ex-wife there on the golf courses in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where he looks, on the golf course.
Yeah, I'm sure he's hiding around there somewhere, right? Okay.
Maybe he'll write another book.
Oh, you wrote a book? What was the name of it? I Didn't Do It?
I think he did do it or something. I can't remember. He pretty much told. No, I can't remember.
No, he wouldn't admit to it. He'd never admit to it. Because, that's a murder's not one of those things that can time out. What do they call that? You go past the point of where you can try.
They can't try him again. Once they find him not guilty, they can't try him again.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The double jeopardy thing, they couldn't try him again. Yeah, you're right about that. They could not try him again.
I think he wrote some kind of expose where he pretty much told how he did it.
Oh, I did not know that, Bob. That's news to me.
I believe that's what he did.
Why would he do that?
Because he's crazy, that's all.
Those are the words and opinions of Bob Morgan that not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff, management, or advertisers of Big Dog Country.
The elevator doesn't go to the top floor.
One too many hits playing football at USC in Buffalo, huh?
Sad.
But he was funny in the Naked Gun movies. You take a look at those movies today, and you just take a look at them in a different light, Before then, you'd laugh and say he was funny. He played the part of the comic relief there so well, and just, But now you look at him in a whole different light.
He had everything.
Yeah. But jealousy's a green monster, Bob. Just a green monster. Jealousy.
Look in the mirror every day and say, "I'm an idiot." I mean, seriously. I mean, where he was. I mean, Heisman Trophy winner, movie star, on TV.
Beloved by just about everyone.
Movies. Right.
Jumping over seats for Hertz in the airports. I mean,
had everything.
Yeah, but that jealousy is something else.
And then he beats a murder rap, and then he turns around and gets arrested for stealing memorabilia.
His own stuff, too. Yeah. But, that's just, goes in there. Did he have firearms? Did he have guns or something?
I think they did.
I can't remember if the guns were ablazing or what.
He organized it,
Yeah. I'm going to steal my stuff back.
It was his stuff.
It was his stuff. Yeah, it was his stuff. But he just went about it the wrong way of getting it. But he's been in jail for in prison now for a long time for doing that. Yeah.
Good. He should be there for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
That's where he should be. I said, God has a funny way of making things right. No
setting things right.
No one's feeling sorry for him.
No,
feeling sorry
I don't think so. No way, Jose. No. And as you and John were talking about things rough there in Texas.
There's not a fair-minded, smart person that thinks he didn't kill his wife.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was found guilty in the civil trial, in order to pay all that money to the families. But he was found guilty in the civil trial. Somebody just said, once a thug, always a thug. Well, up into the murder trial, up into the murder situation, no one really thought he was a thug. He had a great career there at USC, great career at Buffalo, in the movies, television, as you mentioned, commercials. Nobody really thought he was a thug until the murder situation where he kind of lost it with jealousy there over his ex-wife, Nicole. And then this incident in Vegas. So since then, his reputation completely changed.
Like a lot of stories you see, he thought that was his possession, and if he didn't have her, nobody could have her. So when he saw somebody else, he decided to do what he did. So,
yeah. But
watching that trial, because that's one of the first trials I've ever, from gavel to gavel.
I know, television, yeah.
I mean, all the evidence, all the blood.
What do they call that? Camp OJ or something like that? All the different reporters and vans and everything out there?
All those people that got careers after that. I mean, Greta Van Susteren still on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knew who she was before the OJ trial.
Yeah, yeah. Still remember there, OJ standing there trying those that golf glove on, and it was all shrunk. It wouldn't fit his hand, and he's doing the dramatics and stuff like that. Like, hey, mine doesn't fit. Everybody knows what happens to golf gloves when they sit around for a while.
Johnny Cochran had that jury in the palm of his hands and came up with a great line. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. So they went with that. So.
And they never found the knife. They never found the murder weapon.
All these documentaries, and then they interviewed those jurors. They basically stated it didn't matter what they said. They were going to find him not guilty because they were mad about the Rodney King verdict. So it wasn't about justice.
Yeah, and they said that Johnny Cochran did a great thing for OJ in terms of taking the emphasis off of is OJ guilty to attacking the Los Angeles Police Department. It became about the tactics of the Police Department of L.A. That's what he made the trial about, instead of is my client guilty or not guilty.
Even the defense attorneys know he did it, so, I mean...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But our thoughts and prayers do go out to all the folks in Texas. They're having a heck of a time right now in Houston. Now you got the politicians bickering over there, the governor saying, hey, I told y'all to get out of town. It wasn't mandatory, but I encouraged everyone in the Houston area to get out of town, to evacuate the city, to go because of the flooding. The mayor, of course, said that he did not do the evacuation after consulting with the county judge, which seems like an odd person to consult with when it comes to whether she should evacuate or not, and decided not to evacuate. So you got a mayor saying, here's the reasons why I decided not to evacuate, and you got the governor saying, I told y'all to evacuate beforehand, and so you got the infighting going over there in Texas right now. Kind of like the same thing in when Katrina hit New Orleans. You had the governor saying, get out of town. You had the mayor saying, no, don't go anywhere. And so we're going through the same thing.
Last thing they need is bickering and fight. They just need help.
Well, they're getting a lot of help, and that's great.
It's just sad to see. The pictures are just...
I know, it's terrible. It's terrible, and there's more rain coming. President Trump's going in there today to talk to the officials down there, see what's going on, see how much more the federal government can help, where they need to send that help, and what they can do to help these people who have been displaced because of all this flooding there in the Houston area.
Right now, you see a bunch of water.
Yeah.
When the water recedes, that's when you're going to really see some devastation.
Oh, you see some damage. You know, they said that a lot of the folks who had to move out of New Orleans because of Katrina, back a decade or so ago, moved to Houston. And now many of these citizens are going through the same experience again, the flooding from a hurricane. Well, Bob, any other thing on your mind this morning? We got to wrap this show up.
Just want to repeat, the county commissioner made a decision. Ed Jeffords looks like he's going to be a new county administrator, so looking forward to that taking place. Negotiations taking place the next 14 days. And He should be your next county administrator by mid-September. So.
Okay, so they hired the local guy.
Right.
Okay. All right, Bob, have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jessup by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross.